And welcome back to Show Me St. Louis, continuing our Wellness Wednesday coverage with all the tips and tricks you need to live a healthier life. TruFusion St. Louis is a 5-room group exercise studio with heated and unheated fitness, yoga, and also cycling. This morning, fitness and yoga director at TruFusion, Amy Lescher, is joining us in studio to kick off this Wellness Wednesday for us. And Amy, we talked a little bit before the show. I loved how you mentioned you got to start somewhere.
That's right. So I think people get confused thinking they have to do this big elaborate routine, thinking it has to be fancy. Simple, basic. That's where you start, you build from there.
And it's also important, people might be intimidated, right? And so saying, hey, you don't need to start in this elaborate sense might make you a little bit more active, a little bit more moving, because it is just those small movements.
Absolutely. So intimidation is a big factor when it comes to fitness. People just don't know where to start.
Yes.
And they don't necessarily have the goal or the gumption to start.
Yes.
And they hold their fear really close to their heart, and they keep it, and so they don't really start. The nice thing about being at home is you can move and no one can see you. Also, if you are a social butterfly like myself and like to be in a group setting, at TruFusion, it's a non-judgment zone. We have all types of bodies, all types of levels, all types of people at different areas in their lives.
And we're gonna do a little bit of fitness today because you brought something and you were talking about, it could start with body weight. That's what the first step is gonna have to be.
Absolutely, so that's your foundation of fitness, is your stabilization, moving your own body weight in space, being able to stabilize your joints, ankles, knees, hips, core, shoulders. That's really important before you add weight and then eventually add power, which is jumping, etc. So we will start with some basic movements of body weight and stabilization, and you're going to show the traditional move.
The traditional
I'm
way.
Add this handy dandy washcloth, which will enhance it and take you to the next level. So people think, oh, I can lunge, and then I really don't know where to go from there.
Yes.
So at home, a simple washcloth, a paper plate, even a magazine on carpet. That's how you'll do this. If you don't,
and it adds up a level.
Right, depending on the surface you're working on. We have a nice wood surface here today, so we're just gonna do a simple lunge. Reverse lunge with your right leg. So you'll show the reverse lunge, I'll show the nice slide. And then as I slide in, it adds a completely different element. I have to stabilize in my hips, I have to stabilize in my core.
And you're going all the way back, too.
So you actually don't have to be all the way back. You can also hold and pull in, which is a completely, you can hold and push out. So working different muscle groups. So a lot of work can be done in a very short period of time, and focus on, I know the ladies really like the rear end to be lifted. The washcloth will be your best friend if you want the rear end lifted, ladies.
And that is so easy. That's something you have in your house.
Absolutely.
If you're working from home, take a break.
Washcloth on a nice flat surface, tile, wood. As I mentioned, a magazine on carpet. Slides really nicely, or a paper plate. Slides nicely on carpeted surfaces.
And it's just so great to be able to start somewhere.
Start somewhere.
Start somewhere. That's all you have to do. Just get out and get moving. All right, well, take a look at your screen there for further information about TruFusion STL. And you could find Amy Lescher on Instagram. That's how we found her. She posts awesome content of all the things that you're not going to want to miss. Thanks so much for making us a little healthier today.
Thank you, Mary.
I'm going to get out my washcloths.